So I just recently moved to Apex less than a year ago. When my boyfriend and I decided to move, we moved sight unseen. He had been to Raleigh a couple times. I had never been to North Carolina at all. And we just needed an apartment at a very specific date, and the only one available in the entire area happened to be in Apex. Never even knew what Apex NC was, but we were moving. So when we moved into our apartment, obviously we're looking on Google Maps, we're wondering what's around, and we just randomly see that there's this huge lake randomly behind our apartment. And we're like, no way that there's a lake in the middle of this town right next to where we live. So we kind of just start walking these trails that we saw and just kind of came upon one of the most gorgeous lakes that I've ever seen, which is saying something because I'm from Michigan and we are the state of lakes. And we just couldn't believe how gorgeous it was and how well maintained it was and how easy the path is to walk around it, well paved, accessible. And any time during the year you can go out there, even if it's a little chilly, it's gonna, the pathway is clear. It's gorgeous when the flowers are blooming. It's gorgeous when the leaves are turning colors. Just 24/7, 365, just a wonderful little gem in the middle of this town that you just don't see very often, especially in a town that is growing as fast as we are. I love that we've been able to preserve that area and that it's accessible to not only people that own houses, but also people that are living in apartments and that are just moving here on a whim, not realizing what this town has to offer. I think that it's a great amenity, and it's one of my favorite memories of just kind of accidentally stumbling upon it and realizing that we set ourselves to live up right next to it. So that's definitely one of my favorite Apex memories. An important memory of my time here in Apex would be receiving the job that I have now with the town, which is the digital media specialist. I am the first one to ever have this role. It was a brand new role created last year. And I think that it's just really cool because with my director and my two other coworkers, we are creating the first ever communications department that the town of Apex has ever had. And throughout history, people will refer to other departments when it got started, that sort of thing. And the fact that I get to be a part of the first communications department that can be referenced in 20 years, 50 years, 100 years, and we're setting the precedent for the future of communications with the town and just within local government to begin with, I think is just really important to me. What makes Apex home to me is the fact that I work for the town that I live in, and it is such a unique and a special connection when you're working for the town, that when you know the people who are picking up your yard waste, you know the people who are turning your electricity back on, when you hear a siren, you're sitting in your living room and you hear these sirens, you know the people that are responding to the incident. And it's a connection to a town that I've never had before, and it just makes living in Apex that much more special. My hopes for Apex's potential is that we continue to be a warm and welcoming community, and we don't just stop there, that we continue to think about what makes others feel welcome, what makes others feel like they can live here safely and be a part of the community, be a really important part of the community. And that we take the time, whether you've been here for 50 years, whether you're brand new here, you take the time to think about others' perspectives and what they've gone through and take that extra step to be that much more welcoming so we can continue our legacy of being the warm and welcoming community that all the other towns know us for. And I think that as the future rolls in, every single person can do just a little bit more for their neighbor, a little bit more for someone who's different from them, who's walked a different life from them. But in the same way, just still be this open town that people can really create a life in, no matter where they came from, no matter where they grew up, no matter how they identify. I think we have a really special opportunity to capitalize on the fact that we are already a welcoming town, and we can take it just another step further and keep doing that as the years roll by.